This is the same as the last problem, but this time the patient is esophoria. So the compensating vergence. Um, so remember, if they're ESO in lab, you put base out in front of their eyes. So this patient's compensating vergence is base in, which is also negative fusional vergence. Okay, so if we ask for the negative fusional demand, it's just the phoria. So this patient's 6 esophoria, so the fusional demand is 6. The negative fusional reserve, again, we're looking at base in because that's a compensating vergence, and we're looking for the first number that appears. So this one has a dash, and so we're going to ignore that. We're going to look at the first number that appears, which is 3. So the answer is 3. Total compensating vergence is just the fusional demand plus the fusional reserve. So 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay, and then it's asking for the accommodative divergence. In this case, the divergence, which is base in, has only 2 numbers. So there is no accommodative component, so there's none. Hypothetically, if it was something like 3, 5, 4, we would take the second number and subtract it from the first number, so 5 minus 3, and it would be 2. But that's not the case here. All right, so then what if I asked the positive fusional demand? Okay, remember, if they have a negative fusional demand, they do not have a positive fusional demand. Because this patient's ESO, so their eyes are in, so there's no demand for them to be converged anymore. So again, the positive fusion demand is none. And then how about the positive fusional, I forgot how to spell, sorry, fusional reserve. In this case, you look at positive fusional, so that's the base out this time. We look at the first number for the reserve, but we don't simply use that number. We're going to take this number and subtract it from the phoria. So we're going to do 18 minus 6, and that's 12. So the positive fusional reserve is 12. Also, hypothetically, if I asked what's the accommodative uh, convergence, you would subtract the 2 numbers. So from 20 to 18, the difference is 2. So it would be 2, but I don't think that's what they'll ask on the exam. And so after that, I want to know, does this pass Sheard's criterion? So the fusional demand is 6. The fusional reserve is 3. And so the fusional reserve is not 2 times the fusional demand, so it fails Sheard's criterion. If the fusional reserve was 12, then the patient would have passed. And so now we can go through a formula to figure out how much prism we can prescribe this patient. So, like I said, for EXO, we do Sheard's formula. For uh, ESO, we do Percival's. Percival's formula is 1/3 the greater vergence minus 2/3 the lesser vergence. And when I'm talking about greater or lesser vergence, I'm talking about uh, the first number in both of the vergences. So for base in, it's 3. For base out, it's 18. So the greater is 18, and the lesser is 3. So 1/3 18 minus 2/3 3 is 6 minus 2, which equals 4. And so remember, this is ESO. So the way we measure ESO and the way the prism we prescribe ESO is base out. And then this patient is esophoria, and they have low base in vergences. So this patient would be slow on base in vergence facility.